I always consider one of the luckiest things that's happened in my life is that when I was a child, my parents used to introduce me to a lot of different people. We would go on trips to different people's houses, and I would meet people that were of other ethnicities and religions and just really all walks of life. It wasn't until a lot later that I realized these were probably drug deals, but that's besides the point of this story. It was a trip when I was around 10 or 11 that my dad took me to meet Tom and his friend David. Two really, really nice guys that had a koi pond in their backyard and showed us how to take care of the goldfish and all that kind of cool stuff. Then when we were getting ready to leave, David gave Tom a kiss. It blew my fucking mind. And on the way home, I asked my dad, why did Tom kiss David? And he said that's just the way the world works. Sometimes men fall in love with other men the same way as I fell in love with your mother. He said you're going to meet a lot of different people. Gay, straight, white, black, disabled. And the important thing to remember is that they're very much like you, just trying to make it through the world. And that if people tell you to hate them, they're wrong. Because the only people you should hate are those fucking rich people. So welcome to You've Got Mails.
And I came to a realization, CJ, and I want to share it with you and all the listeners. This isn't easy for me, but I have a confession. I don't really care for Harry Potter or Panic at the Disco. Welcome to You've Got Mails, everybody.
Oh, you're missing out, man. Rupert Grint?
I just never got into
He's a funny guy.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm Jason. I'm here with CJ, apparently a huge Potterhead.
I have seen every one of those movies at least twice.
I've seen most of them.
I mean, they're entertaining.
I never watch them again.
Yeah. There was a point in COVID where I was just looking for like series of movies.
Oh.
So I did all of the Scream movies, and then I did all the Harry Potter movies, and one after another.
I got you.
So yeah, I guess I'm a Potterhead. I don't know. I read the books.
You read the books?
Fuck yeah. They came out when I was like 14.
Wow. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't picture young 14-year-old CJ reading Harry Potter. Like, I figured you'd be reading like
I was stoned when I did it, but
Goosebumps or something.
Oh, I read some Goosebumps. Yeah, that was like elementary school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I just thought 14-year-old CJ was a little slower and he was reading like the books the elementary school kids read.
But the important part of this conversation is fuck Panic at the Disco. They suck.
All right on. On today's episode, we're discussing 2018's Love, Simon. CJ, any inkling as to what this movie was before we watched it?
No, I wasn't looking forward to it.
Really?
Look, I got no problem. Like I got a heart full of love, but I know when something's not made for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I've watched Medea movies, and the whole time I'm like, I'm not the audience for this.
Okay.
So I was a little bit like, all right, I'm gonna watch basically a gay romance story.
Yeah. And
there'll probably be some good parts. But I'm also going to feel like I have to like it more than I should because it's a gay romance story and I'm not a terrible creature.
Uh-huh.
But actually, I got into this one about half hour in.
All right, good. This is, I didn't know anything about it. I'd never heard. I think I've heard the name, but if you asked me before this week what's Love, Simon about, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. I might have thought it was like one of the Chipmunks spinoffs. But this movie from 2018.
You want to see what I can do with this hula hoop?
Is basically, goodness, like a coming of age, coming out tale for like a young teen, high school aged, I think, senior-ish. I don't know.
Now, let me ask you.
Okay.
Think about it real hard here. Mm-hmm. Is this really even a romance movie? Or is this just a coming out movie?
Yes, there is a romance. I mean,
there's absolutely...
He flat out falls in love with someone throughout the course of the movie. He doesn't meet them until the very end, but there is that romance between the two. There is basically an implosion at one point. Done
via email.
Yeah, done via email. They hadn't even seen each other. So yeah, I'd say there's a romance here. I think this is a love story. It's unconventional. I mean,
I was having trouble tracking it. Where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. It feels like it's more of just like it's this kid's story.
I think it is more. I think if he wouldn't have ended up with anybody in the end, but just came out and learned to love himself and be proud of who he was and be happy, that'd have been a great ending too. Like You didn't need the romance. You didn't need someone to end up together at the end.
This could
That
have
was just
been
a tacked on feel good thing there at the end.
Yeah, the whole
On yet another fucking
romance
Ferris wheel.
on yet another fucking Ferris wheel.
Jesus.
Hey, with people that are well over the actual age of high schoolers too.
Were they? I mean,
Half this cast was like 29 years old.
I see. I thought they were pretty believable, though. All right, well, we're at the end. Let's get to the beginning.
That's true.
Voiceover. Gotta love the voiceover.
Did you like it the second time he did it?
I actually thought that was clever. I didn't hate that. So the movie starts out with Simon talking about his life, saying he's pretty much like a normal high school kid. He talks about his parents, played by Jennifer Garner and Josh Duhamel. Talking about how, like, you know, one was the prom queen, one was the football quarterback, and they were perfect for each other, and they're still perfect, and they're great parents.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, they are. They're good parents. Has a sister who like loves to bake, and they test out all her food. He talks about all of his friends. He's got there's the core friend group. So it's Simon. There's his friend Leah, who he's known for like 13 years since they were kids, like best friends. Nick, who he's also known for a really long time, but like not as long as Leah. And Abby, who is new this year to the school. He's only known her for like 3 months, but she like basically one of those people that just like came right into the friend group, fit in so
Just
perfectly,
fit in.
and like he feels like he's known her forever.
Abby could fit in probably anywhere. She's like a walking Gap ad. Like, she just seems cool as shit.
She is pretty cool.
Actually, all of these people were way cooler than they needed to be.
Yeah. That's how it's all these movies. Like, there's not one like loserish look. I hate to say loserish, but like we went to high school. Like there was always the outsiders, the kids that weren't wearing the nicest clothes, like kids without the best hygiene, what have you. In these movies, everybody's fucking perfect.
I had a kid once ask me
Even
in
the
high
kids
school,
that are dorks are like the coolest kids in school.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I had a kid once come up to me in high school. He's like, dude, how many pair of pants do you own? Because I don't see a lot of variance here. And I was like, I don't know, man, like 3. And he was like, all right, dog, I only got 2, so we're good. It was a very awkward conversation. Never talk to this kid again.
Why is he going to come at you when he has less pants than you?
Yeah. No, he was like, yeah, it's cool, man. I know how it is.
I'm 43 and I've got like 3 pairs of pants. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's true. You don't wear more than one at a time.
No, and I mean, yeah, it's fine. And like, you're not supposed to wash your jeans. That's a known fact, people. You wash them like once every month or 2. Like,
This is a thing?
Yes, look it up. Jeans are not meant to be washed. Back me up, audience. Email us, text us.
Balls are, though. So I guess if you keep those clean, your pants probably won't smell
There's
that
also
bad.
a layer of protection between you and your jeans. I should hope.
That's true.
I mean, maybe not.
Not if you're watching the movies I watch.
We're learning a lot about CJ here.
Yeah.
We're getting way off fucking track. But he tells this whole thing about how, you know, all his friends, he says, I'm just like you, except I'm gay. And I haven't told anybody. My parents don't know. Nobody knows. Like, I'm keeping it a secret. We see him in his room, and a landscaping truck pulls up outside. Like a handsome-looking guy gets out with a leaf blower, and Simon's just in the window, like, watching this guy. He thinks he's attractive. He's checking him out.
This was my first spot. I wanted to put Nick Cage in this movie, just wearing shorter shorts.
As the landscaper?
Yeah, I thought it'd been great.
But Dad, like, busts in to his room without knocking, and Simon, like, hurries up and jumps away from the window and swings over to the computer. And Dad, I love the dad. He's a very relatable dad. Like, he could be anybody's dad. He's a nice dad, but he's also, like, a little clueless, like, not, you know, says some things he shouldn't say, but he doesn't mean any harm. But he comes in and he's like, oh, sorry, didn't know you were masturbating. And Simon's like, Dad, I'm not. I'm trying to do some stuff here on the computer. And he says, well, come on downstairs, like, breakfast's ready. He's like, as soon as you're done Googling bikini pictures of Gigi Hadid or whatever he says. And he's like, yeah, okay, Dad. And Dad is completely clueless.
Yeah, Dad has no idea how the internet works nowadays.
Yeah. So Simon comes downstairs, grabs like a bite to eat for breakfast, and he leaves the house, and he goes to get in his Subaru, which his parents bought him. We see at the beginning of the movie, like, it's the first time you see his parents and him, like, he's got a Subaru with a ribbon on it. And
I'm going to point out some things in this that make me think that, like, Mom knows the entire time.
Subarus are, and I say this with love in my heart, synonymous with the gay community. I don't know why. I don't know where this came from, but
I found this out when
the LGBTQT, did I say that right? Community loves their Subarus.
Yes, I found this out when my neighbor, who happens to be gay, referred to my wife's sandals as shoebaroos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a thing, people. I don't know why. You can look that up, too. You don't need to wash your jeans, and the gays love Subarus.
Yes.
I'm spitting facts today. Straight fire.
And canceled.
But he comes out to get in his car, and he's yelling at the landscaper, who's like, got the leaf blower going full tilt. He's like, I like your boots. And the guy's just like, what? He's like, I like your boots. And the guy's like, whatever. I can't fucking hear what you're saying. And Simon's just like, and gets in the car. He picks up all of his friends. So he picks up Leah first. And she clues him into like a website, like a school blog called Creekside Secrets. And this is where like all the gossip happens. And the first tidbit of gossip we have is that the school pool had to be shut down and drained because some girl gave a fella an HJ in the pool.
Yeah, there's a hand job joke right at the top. This is where I was like, oh, maybe this will be a good movie.
There's some racy stuff in this, you know.
Also, they wouldn't shut down the pool for that. You just throw in another block of chlorine, call it a day.
Yeah, I don't think you drain a pool for that. I mean, how many people have peed in that pool?
Yeah, totally.
What's one HJ?
That's the weird thing about pools, man. I'm already off topic again.
That's fine. Let's do it.
But as long as you don't know what's in it, you're willing to just throw in a block of chlorine and call it.
Yeah.
But once somebody knows what's going on in that pool, then you got to shut it down and drain it.
Well, if they knew there was an HJ given, then you got to drain the pool, I guess. I don't know. But it's also a public school. Like, I don't think they're draining. They're not wasting all that time and money to.
Yeah, and they're chasing away HJs like left and right.
Yeah, they just got like a janitor with like a net scooping it out and calling it a day.
The old splashing old fashioned.
That's fantastic. He also picks up Nick, and when Nick gets in the car, he starts telling him about this weird dream he had where he was in a cave with David Beckham, and had him pick like 2 different colored contacts, and he couldn't figure out what the dream meant. And then they pick up Abby, their last friend in the friend group, and he's telling her about his dream, and she says, well, maybe it's something about not seeing something that's right in front of you. And there's already like a weird tension between everyone in the car, and at first I couldn't really figure out who was into who.
Yeah.
Because at points it seemed like Leah was like looking at Nick and Abby and being jealous.
You couldn't have more hormones in this car if you dropped a bottle of deer piss in the middle of it. Jesus, dude.
But there's an odd chemistry between all of them that at first I was like, I don't know who likes who right now. Like, it's very strange, like, what's going on. Nick gets in and he's talking about sexy David Beckham. And I was like, is he gay? Is he like gaying out? And then Simon's closeted. Like, I don't know what's going on here. There was a lot of like weird things happening and I didn't know what to think. They get to school and I think they do this to prove a point. I mean, I know they do it to prove a point. But like, there's like this panning shot of the school and every kid is just head down on their phone.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, this is just to show you that like, when somebody gets an HJ in the pool, everybody knows about it. Like, there aren't secrets at this school. Like, everybody knows everything. Phones in the school plays a pretty big role in this movie.
Tony Hale does, too.
He does. But before we meet Tony Hale, we meet the one out kid at school. Name is Ethan. And we see, like, 2 football jock-type bullies that, like, give him a hard time outside of the school. And I fucking love Ethan. Ethan is like, every burn is like perfection.
Yes.
Like these guys, like you can tell that
the man goes home and sharpens his knives.
Yeah, like you can tell he's been getting picked on for a while.
Yeah.
And he's gotten so good at like deflecting it back. He actually says to the one guy, you look like you got gang banged by a TJ Maxx. Like insulting his clothes. I was like, that was pretty
and
good.
I'm gonna go pronouns he on this because they also say he, right?
Yeah.
Very effeminate, very, very womanly look.
Like long, straight hair. But Ethan. We'll say he. We're not.
You know what? I don't know why I'm thinking about it that hard. I don't.
I don't know, 'cause you don't want to get canceled. We're, nobody's saying that we're that smart or educated, so I mean, we'll be forgiven. Not for whatever we say, but
come from a place of love.
That exactly, love in our hearts.
Especially for Ethan.
There's love in our hearts and very little in our heads. That's all I can say. But he shuts these guys down, but then one of them calls him the F word and just walks away.
Yeah.
And like kind of like that's like the nail.
That's a real cringy one.
Yeah. And what bothered me is like no one stands up for this kid at all. Like these are the only 2 bullies in the entire school, and everybody else is so accepting of Ethan, but nobody wants to say anything. Like nobody cares to step in and like be like, "Hey, assholes, that's not cool." I didn't like that. I didn't like the way that was handled. We get into the school and we see Tony Hale, and He's the vice principal, and he's like the obnoxiously trying to be cool.
He's very try hard.
Yeah, but he's taking everybody's phones. Like if you have your phone out in the hall and you're on it, he'll steal it, and he keeps it till after school. We also get our first scene with Martin.
Speaking of tryhards, this kid, I don't know how I feel about this kid. I know I just don't like him.
I know how I feel about him. I hate. He's awful.
Yeah.
He is the villain of this movie.
But, well, you know what? We'll get to it later. Because he has a whole arc, too.
Yeah, but he didn't earn it. But he is very much like an awkward theater geek, try hard. This guy is very flamboyant. He's in your face. He's like a showman, but he's the kind of guy that like nobody's paying to see this show. Like he's very theatrical. He likes magic. He's just, I think we all knew this guy. Like he's just a lot. And he immediately comes up and he starts hitting on Abby and like talking to her about like the musical that they're going to be in and like what it's based on. And just, this guy is just like the answer to a question nobody asked. Like he is always just giving you a bunch of information that you don't want.
Wow, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, and you don't care. You don't care.
Absolutely.
So we get to see all that at the school. Cut to that night back at home, and the family's all sitting down to watch TV. And they decide on, I guess, watching The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And there's a moment where Dad is like, I don't know why all these women like this guy. Like, it's obvious he's gay, right? Like, the guy's a total fruit, he says. Not knowing that his son is gay. And you can tell, like, this bothers Simon, but he also doesn't say anything.
I don't know. Did you read about this movie at all afterwards? I actually felt like reading about this movie a little bit. Turns out The Bachelor they're talking about did come out of the closet later.
Yeah. The season that came out the same year as this movie, so I don't know, like, when they filmed this, if the guy was actually gay. Well, I mean, the guy was gay. But I don't know if that season had aired yet. But yes, it was definitely a coincidence that the Bachelor of that season was also gay. Yes. Dad says he needs to show Simon something. He takes him in to his little office, and he's making... I
wanted to just be like, here's my porn collection. My grandpa gave it to me.
There's a shoebox full of hustlers. So Dad's working on a slideshow video for his wife. It's their 25th anniversary, maybe?
20th.
And it's bad. Like, Simon is looking at it, and he's like, this looks like a fourth grader made it. And not even like...
Yeah, let him down easy.
He's like, not even a good... He actually says, like, not even a good fourth grader. Like, it's a bad fourth grader.
It was mean.
Yeah, but he's like, the transitions are bad. And he's playing Heaven Isn't So Far Away, like a hair metal, like, ballad. And he's like, this song was huge when we were young. And I did, like, Simon goes, so was Bill Cosby.
So, good line.
Yeah, so, like, some things don't age that well. But he says he can help him out with it and like fix it up for him. Next morning, Simon gets a FaceTime from Leah, and she's like, "You got to look at Creekside Secrets. There's a student at our school who came out as gay on Creekside Secrets. Like, he's closeted, but he's like telling everybody, that he's gay." So he hurries up and he gets on and he reads this, and it's from someone named Blue, and it just talks about he's gay and he doesn't know how to tell anybody, and said his life is like a Ferris wheel. Sometimes he's like way, way up and everything's great. And then he comes back around and he's real low. And he's like, he feels lost a little bit, like doesn't know what to do. And he thought like this might help, I guess, like telling everybody, but not telling everybody who he is, but kind of like having a way to express it to people, like an outlet.
This was the most unbelievable part of this movie.
What's that?
In 2008, like when I graduated in 2003, there were definitely kids in the closet just statistically, but we had quite a few gay kids in our school.
Really?
And our school definitely wasn't as nice and forgiving as this. There's just some kids that were out.
We're also in a big city too. We're in Pittsburgh. Like,
it just felt weird that a school that is that large and there was one gay kid that was out. It felt weird.
Yeah, I don't know where that's supposed to take place at, but we also see at the end of the movie, they are like right next to a giant city.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. For the sake of the movie, I guess. But there's also an email attached to this blog post. So Simon makes like a fake email account. Not a fake email account, but a new one so that it can't be traced back to him.
Yes.
And he emails Blue. And this is where I said
Blue.
Thought this was clever. The first thing he writes to Blue is the exact voiceover that we get in the beginning.
Oh, you liked it?
I thought it was clever that
Oh.
like it wasn't really a voiceover. It was like his first letter to Blue. We just heard it first and didn't know what it was. I thought that was neat.
One of the biggest shames in my life is sometimes I watch movies now and I think, wonder what Jason thinks about this. And I assume that you would have hated this.
No, I actually dug
really?
that. Yeah, it actually made the voiceover make sense. Like I thought it was kind of cool how it worked. But it's the same thing. And then he signs it Jacques because he doesn't want to give his real name.
Yeah.
Which he looks at a picture, which I didn't know this. He looks at a picture on his wall of him and his family in front of the Eiffel Tower. And apparently in France, Simon is Jacques. This is what I gathered from what I read online.
I'll believe it.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can believe that, and you also don't need to wash your jeans.
That's right.
I'm going to my grave with that one.
You stay on that end of the couch.
he sends, these are shorts. These get washed a little more frequently.
Yeah.
But denim,
Hopefully.
no, sir. He wakes up the next morning, and he immediately checks his phone. No reply to the email. Goes to school. He's in one of his classes. He asks if he can use the restroom. He gets out of class and like sprints to the bathroom. And then checks his phone in there. Nothing. They go to lunch, and he's still trying to check his phone, and there's no cell service. And this is where we meet one of the potential Blues, at least to him. We go through a few people in this movie where Simon thinks like this might be him, and which I don't know if he thought it was him. I think I just wrote this in my notes. Could it be this guy? Because he seemed like he could be.
Is this the piano kid?
No, this is Bram. This is the soccer
Bram.
player. Yeah.
Yes.
And he asks like Simon if he can have some of his fries. And he gives him like a smile. Like
Yeah,
a
Bram with the big smile.
yeah, like a smile like I would give to you under any circumstances.
There was a line during this scene. I can't remember which character said it, but one of them was like, I shouldn't eat these fries. And the other guy's like, come on, man, you should just do some more burpees.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I felt like having a hate crime. Fucking burpees.
Yeah.
You tell me to do burpees, I'll gotcha.
Wow. But he gets up from the table because he has no cell service, and he tries walking down the hall, and the principal catches him and takes it from him. And he says, you can have it back after play practice. Stop by my office. We get to see like the first rehearsal for the play. And they're doing cabaret, which, forgive me, folks, I know nothing about theater.
I
You
spent 20 years working in theater.
Do you know anything about cabaret?
No, never done cabaret, but I do know that theater, I mean, even high school theater is the haven for the out kids.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that he walked in there and he's like, there were no gay kids in that theater, means that you're in the wrong theater. Like, first off, there's a reason that show is so bad, and, like, the theater teacher wants to quit all the time. You have absolutely no soul in your fucking theater.
Yeah. My reason for asking about, I guess, cabaret is like from what I have heard and read a little bit of, like cabaret is not really the kind of play like a high school would put on.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It takes place in like 1930s Germany. There's a bunch of Nazis as characters. Like, I guess the main character is like a closeted gay man. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
that's some things that I
I'm not a musical guy. I will say that. I've never liked musicals.
you didn't think you were until we watched Sunshine on Leith and Mamma Mia and.
No, Mamma Mia actually made me not a musical guy again.
Yeah, you're right. Goes back and forth. But the play director, who is probably my favorite character of the entire movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this sassy black woman, and she gets up and she's like, after they finish their number, she goes, that was, she looks at like the one kid off the side, like looking for a word, and she's like, a start? And she's like, it was a start.
Yeah.
And she says, when the principal told me that under no circumstances would anybody be excluded from the production due to lack of experience or talent, I had my doubts. And that's where it is. Like, she doesn't say anything else.
She absolutely has the best lines in this entire movie.
Yeah, and she tells like there's like she's like telling people in the cast like there's two kids like dressed as Nazis like sitting at a table, and she's like, you two, please stop making out during the performance. Like, I don't need the Nazis kissing. And then she looks at a kid in like the band pit, and she's like, you stop pretending that trumpet is your penis. And he's like got it like in his crotch, like straight up and
She
down.
yells off camera to be like, and you guys, please stop huffing this spray paint.
Yeah. But practice is over, and he goes and he gets his phone back from the principal. And he gets back in his car, and he has an email now. when Simon sent Blue the original email, he didn't actually end it with "and I'm gay." He types that out, but then he deletes it and he says, "I have a secret too." He doesn't say what his secret is. So when Blue finally messages him back, he says, "Was it the same as my secret? When did you know? Have you told anyone?" And we get like some flashbacks of Simon. He says, "Well, the first thing was I started having this recurring dream about Daniel Radcliffe."
Yeah.
And he keeps like waking up in a cold sweat, and there's like a Harry Potter poster on his wall. He also says that like he figured it out when he was watching Panic at the Disco music videos with his friends, and he started like get attracted to like Brandon Urie, the lead singer of Panic at the Disco. And then he says, "And also my first girlfriend."
Look, I don't know how it works, discovering that you might be gay.
Yeah.
But I think he could have been aiming higher.
Than Panic at the Disco?
Yeah, or Harry Potter. He could have.
He was 12 years old.
Set his sights a little higher.
He was like 12. And he says like about his first girlfriend, there's a flashback to like a school dance where he's dancing with this girl and she tells him that she loves him. And he goes, "I'll be right back." And he runs to the bathroom, gets in a stall, and texts his mom. And he says, "Please come get me. They're drinking here." Yes. And you see the text back, "I'm on my way." So he like freaked out and left from that.
I can just picture my mom being like, "Awesome, I'll be there soon." With beer.
Yeah. And a bag of condoms.
Yeah. A giant bag of condoms.
Blue tells him that he found out watching Game of Thrones and that he had a big crush on Jon Snow.
See, that makes more sense. I get that.
Yeah.
Maybe I just have a type.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. For the watch.
Oh, yeah, man.
So
Men wearing as much clothes as possible. That's my type.
Big fur coats. So the next day, he's walking through school and he's trying to figure out who it might be. And he's just looking for Game of Thrones fans. And like, there's all these kids wearing Game of Thrones t-shirts in the school. So you get to see like a little stroll down the hall of him checking out like each one of these guys, trying to figure out if one of them might be them. And they all look like guys that would be wearing Game of Thrones shirts to school. You take that as you will. He's in the library and he's sending another email to Bram. And the principal comes up and like kind of gets all up in his business. So he has to hurry up and shut the computer down. And then he leaves. Well, we see Martin, the theater nerd that was like harassing Abby basically, run over to the computer. Well, it doesn't run over. He actually doesn't do this intentionally, but he sits down to use the computer. When he opens it, all the emails are there.
You've got mail.
Yeah, you do.
You got mails.
And he starts...
hey, wait, that's us.
That is us. And he starts reading it. They're sitting outside talking, and Bram comes up again. And this is where he says the first time where you think it might be him, I think. Because in one of their previous emails, they were talking about Halloween and Oreos. And he was telling him how much he loves Oreos. And he says, the Halloween ones are my favorite. Well, they're sitting outside eating, and Simon has a package of Oreos. And Bram comes up and he's like, "Oh, Oreos." And he says, "I love the Halloween ones." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, shit. Like, this could be the guy."
I do like, this is a on-running thing, is they show Blue emailing. And every time he thinks he's onto a new guy that it could be, it changes to that guy.
Yeah, I thought that was clever,
same
too.
Same background, same computer, but different person.
Yeah, I like that, too. But Bram tells everybody that his aunt got, like, her car got stolen by her bad boyfriend, and that his dad has to take her somewhere to, like, help get her car back, and he's got the house free for Halloween, so he's going to throw, like, a big Halloween party and invites everybody.
This kid throws a rager.
Mm-hmm. We're back at play practice, and Simon goes to leave for some reason. He's walking down the hall, and Martin chases him out into the hallway. And he tells him, like, "Hey, I happened to get on the computer you were on after you were there at the library, and I saw your emails. I know you're gay. I screenshotted them all, and I'm going to blackmail you now," basically. Yeah.
He doesn't really hold back on it.
No, he's a villain. This kid's an asshole. And he tells him, "I won't tell everybody. I won't release your emails if you can help me get with Abby and make her like me." And I'm like, Jesus.
Was there at any point where you thought Martin might be Blue?
No, not after this. Yeah, okay. No. Because why would he need to screenshot the emails?
That's a good call. Damn it, I didn't even make that connection.
He gets an email from Blue that night while he's having dinner with his family, and he goes to look at it. He had asked him earlier in the movie what he was going to dress up for Halloween. And in the email, Blue emails him back and says he doesn't want to tell him his Halloween costume because he doesn't want him to know who he is yet. Because this is like kind of like a safe space for him right now, and he doesn't want to like.
Yeah.
He's not ready to come out to anybody. Like he's closeted. Like he doesn't want anyone to know who he is, and he doesn't feel safe yet to
It's a big deal.
tell anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you.
I mean, for all you know, like you do this. Like you're a gay teenager in high school, and you put this blog post up with your email attached to it. Anybody could email you and just bait you into telling them who you are. You don't know who you're talking
hate
to.
criming each other at this school.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you don't know who you're talking to on the other end. It could be one of those asshole football players.
Let me ask you, has anybody ever come out to you?
No.
No?
You about to?
Wow. No. I've had two.
Really?
Two people come out to me. And it was like not, I would say like the first person was somebody at theater.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, thankfully I had been told if anybody comes out to you, you act sort of surprised and then like congratulate them. Because like this kid was obvious. He was my intern.
Yeah.
And I felt it was kind of obvious. So when he came out, I was like, oh, really? Like, good for you for finding yourself. And like, later that day, everybody's like, well, finally did that, The other one was a friend of me and you both know that did that after years. I've known her since we were children.
Yeah.
And that was a nice moment where everybody was kind of like the whole time, like, maybe that person. And then she shows up with her girlfriend to a party and we're like, fuck yeah. You found your person.
Yeah. But after he gets this email, and I think like this email kind of spurs him to accept Martin's deal, because he knows that if he leaks the emails, like he's not going to have a safe space anymore. Everything that Blue's been saying is going to come out now. So he's like doing it to protect both of them, I feel like. So right after he gets this email, he goes to Martin and says, all right, I'm going to help you. First things first, like we need to go to your house. Like you need like basically a makeover. You dress horribly. We got to help you out. So he goes.
Which is saying something, because Simon like wears basically frumpy, oversized hoodies at all times and like cargo pants.
He wears that like cool like fur line, like fur collared coat.
Yeah, but he's not like stylish.
No, he's not.
Does he say don't wear any clothes with words on them?
Yeah, he goes to Martin's house, and first of all, you walk into his room, and he's got so much magic. Like he is a magician in training, and he's talking about like, oh, do you think Abby would like this and like illusions and card tricks and stuff? And he's like, no. And he starts going through his wardrobe, and he's like, do you have any shirts that don't have words on them? And that made me start to think that I don't think I have any shirts that don't have words on them.
Yeah, I felt a little seen here.
Yeah, like all of my shirts. Yeah. I try to wear shirts that give people a chuckle or.
I felt like I was like, son, I'm not hating on you. Why are you hating on me, bro?
Yeah. But he tells him, he's like, we just need to figure out like. Well, Martin says like, I just want her to like me for me. Like I don't want to change who I am. Like we just need to make her like me for me. You can tell Simon is like, you're very unlikable. Like, this is not going to be easy. You're blackmailing me.
Yeah.
But he decides to invite him to the Halloween party. He's like, why don't you come with us to the Halloween party and you can hang out with Abby a little bit. So they all show up, Leah and Simon show up dressed as John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
Yeah, who would know who? I guess people know who they are.
But for like high school kids, I don't know.
Yeah, it just seemed like a weird, like anybody celebrating Halloween, just think about when you're dressing up. Are people going to be asking you who you are for the whole fucking night?
Yeah.
Like, and if the answer is yes, then don't dress like that.
That's kind of fair. But I did like, because Nick, he's just wearing like his soccer gear, and he's put the name Ronaldo on the back because he's just going to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
But when they walk in, he's like, doesn't know who they are. And they tell him, he goes, oh, I thought you were the girl from The Ring and you were Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would Jesus be wearing a white suit? And he's like, I don't know. You're the one that came dressed as fancy Jesus.
Great line.
Yeah, that was a good line. Abby shows up and she's Wonder Woman. And they all get in the house.
And what's his name is Freud.
Well, yeah, Martin starts ringing the doorbell obnoxiously.
That's right.
Because they don't know he's coming yet. And they're like, who is that? And Simon says, I invited Martin. And they're all like, why? He's like, he's all right. He's kind of cool. And I did like Martin's costume. It's funny.
It's because we're dorky as fuck. But yeah,
we are. But
I enjoyed it too.
He comes in with like a Sigmund Freud beard, and he's wearing like a smoking jacket. But then he's also wearing like a dress, like a slip, and it has like the id and all these different like Freudisms like on it, like stuck to it. And he says I'm a Freudian slip.
I do like at some point earlier, Abby says something when they're talking about the dreams.
Yeah,
she says something about being stuck between Ronaldo and Freud.
Yeah,
you're somewhere between, and it was kind of funny that's how it ended up.
Yeah, clever. So they get to the party that Bram's hosting. Bram's costume's amazing. He's post-presidency Obama.
Yes.
And he's just wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and like a lei, and he's drinking like Mai Tais. He's like, I'm just writing books and drinking drinks. Like, that's all I'm doing. But he invites them in for like a shot, basically. They're all drinking at this party. And Simon doesn't normally drink, but because Bram's offering up the liquor, he starts drinking. He goes pretty hard in the paint. Like, he starts drinking pretty heavy.
Been there.
Yeah, we get a few scenes at the party. So Martin is down.
First time I drank with my wife, she handed me not a shot, a glass of Jägermeister.
Oh, God.
And I drank that shit.
Wow.
Because I knew I was in love.
That'll do it. Simon and Nick are up on a balcony, and they're looking down to the backyard area, and they see Martin and Abby talking. And this is when Nick decides that he's into Abby, and he wants to ask her out. And this is the first time that Simon lies to his friends, where he tells him, "Oh, you don't know about this guy?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "Oh yeah, he's in college, way more experienced. That's who she's into. Like, you shouldn't talk to him." He lies to him so that he won't approach her. They go downstairs, and Bram approaches Simon and asks if they want to play Beirut, which I didn't know what this is. It's beer pong. It's clearly just beer pong. I didn't take the time to look it up. I'm guessing it's a variation on beer pong because the setup of the cups was a little different, I felt like. There were some cups off to the side.
I mean, anywhere you go, beer pong always has different rules.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the rules here is you call it Beirut. I didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'd have to look into it. But he says, we just got to find some people to play. And he goes, okay, perfect. Like, you and me versus, and he looks over and he sees Abby and Martin. He's like, these two. Like, this was his chance to get them on the team together. And
you hang out with me, they'll hang out.
Yeah. So they play beer pong. Simon gets drunker and drunker. And then, wow. And then,
you just went full Muppet.
with the frog moment. And then, they're doing karaoke. So it's like Bram and Simon doing karaoke for a little bit. And then it's just Simon doing karaoke.
Living the fucking rock star life, man.
He is. You can tell he's like really drunk. Then we see a scene of him in the bathroom. I think we've all been here. He's in the bathroom, like in the mirror, like fixing his face and like fixing his hair and like talking to himself. And like, he's like, this
is the most relatable scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, you've been there before,
He's pretty convinced that Bram is blue. And he's like, how do I tell him I'm Jock? So he's like, hey, Bram, I'm Jock. And then at one point he's like, hey, Barack, I'm Jock. And he's doing all these like these ways to like say it. And he finally decides he's going to go, and he goes upstairs to like a closed door and opens it. And Bram is in there making out with a sexy minion. Some girl like in a very skimpy minion costume.
And Bram's off the list. This is where I wrote down, I bet it's still Bram. And then I crossed it out because I was like, nah, that's dumb.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought, okay.
Yeah, look. Bet it's still Bram.
Oh, wow. So he goes, he apologizes and said he says he was looking for the bathroom. He walks out, goes downstairs. Martin walks up to him and vomits all over him.
Oh.
Like pink vomit all over his nice white John Lennon suit.
This is a very relatable party. Every scene, I feel like I've been there.
Yeah. We see that like Leah is walking Simon home from the party, and they get back to the house, and the lights are all still on. He's like, oh God, my parents are still up. And she's like, all right, just get it together. Like, come inside, say as little as possible. So they go in, they try to go up the stairs. Mom and Dad call him over. They ask him how the party is. Like, Simon's obviously drunk, but they kind of play it off.
They're so fucking cool.
Yeah, and they go to walk back up the stairs, and you see the mom and dad, and he's like, he was definitely drunk, right? And she's like, yeah, but they didn't drive home. They didn't drive, and they made it home, so, we'll allow it.
This reminded me of a story. High school age, was out with some buddies. We ended up getting stoned.
Mm-hmm.
I went home that night, you can't hide it. Like, every kid thinks they're like, oh, I'm cool as shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have like a ring of pimples around your face from where the bong was hitting.
Yeah.
And
I say, yeah, like I know. I have no idea. I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm sitting
Bong
down,
pimples.
we're watching TV, me and my dad. And at one point he goes, I need to have a serious talk with you. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, if you're going to come in, eat a sandwich, then a bowl of Doritos, then a bowl of ice cream, then some cereal, and you're not going to bring me any weed home, he's like, you either need to get a job or stop smoking weed. And I realized, like, dude, you don't hide that. Like, you just look like a stoned kid in the corner.
That's fantastic. I don't care if you come home high, but you better bring me some goddamn snacks.
Yeah. He's like, bring some food or some weed home.
Pay for your own food. Once they get up in the bedroom, which also, at this point, I thought for sure when Simon eventually did come out, his parents are going to be like, yeah, we knew. That's why we let you have a girl sleepover with your door shut, like after a party.
This is my second one, where he's bringing home a girl, and mom's just like, sure, you guys are great up there.
Yeah.
Doesn't even give him some mom condoms or anything.
No,
just was like, you guys are good.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Mom knows.
She says she doesn't, though.
Yeah, because she's cool.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
She's giving him his moment.
Yeah. But Leah starts talking about how she asks Simon, like, do you ever feel like you're not part of anything? Because, she's at this party and she feels like she's watching everything from across the room, even if she's like right in the moment. And obviously he understands that because he's closeted and he does, he definitely feels out of place. And
they're also, did you catch at this point, like, they're obviously like trying to make it seem like she's in the closet too?
I did feel that way.
Like when Abby comes in as Wonder Woman, she splooshes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But then also,
actually, that whole scene of them walking into each other all dressed up, they're just constantly looking at each other with jaws open.
Yeah. But she, I wrote in my notes right here, pretty sure Leah is into Simon. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I assumed that she was into
I felt like
Abby.
the way she was looking at him and talking. And then she said she feels like she's destined to care so much about a person it kills her. And he's like, yeah, I know. And like almost like she's expecting him to kiss her. And then he just like flips back into bed and lays down. He sends an email to Blue talking about how one of his friends is like really into another friend of his and won't say anything. And at this point I was like, oh, he thinks she likes Nick. Like I put that together.
Oh.
And he says that like he thinks it's unfair that only gay people should come out, and he thinks everybody should have to come out to their parents, whether they're straight or gay. And there's this great little like montage
That was awesome.
of like all of his friends having to come out to their parents, and
as straight,
and it's great because like I think it's Abby. She's like, I'm straight, and her mom's like, you get that from your dad's side of the family. And then he says too in the email that maybe I just want to wait till I'm in college and come out and just be gay and proud in college. And there's this wild like dance scene to Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody, where he's in his room with like a bunch of pictures of guys on the wall, like rainbow flags everywhere. He opens his dorm room door and there's just a bunch of people in like all the colors of the rainbow sweaters, and they just have this big dance routine like down the hallways, like out into the courtyard of the college.
Yeah, I think he's got I think they're showing he's got this weird idea what being out is. Like he's got to go as far as Ethan.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too, because after the whole dance number ends, like he kind of walks towards the camera and he goes, all right, maybe not that gay.
Yeah.
Play practice the next day. Martin catches him. Well, actually, they're sorting flyers or something, and Martin pretends to get a paper cut and tells Simon he needs him to take him to where the Band-Aids are. Once he gets him back there, he tells him, like, he's still blackmailing him. Like, he needs him to, like, figure some things out and, like, make this work. And at this point, Abby walks in. So Simon floats out the idea, like, hey, let's all go to the Waffle House.
Weird-ass product placement.
Yeah,
weirdest in Subway and the other movies.
And Martin needs help running lines, and he wants to know if, like, him and Abby can both go and, like, run lines into the Waffle House. And she says, yeah, sure, that sounds great. She's super into it.
Yeah.
She just likes waffles.
For the German listener, we haven't talked to you in a while. Thanks for starting to download again. Actually, for anybody outside of America, Waffle House is a restaurant you go to eat breakfast foods and possibly be stabbed. Like, it is on the periphery at all times. And like, it is a very weird product placement for this movie.
You don't think they have Waffle Houses in other countries? You don't think like Germany has Das Waffle House?
No.
Really?
I don't think so. I think Waffle House is a strictly American phenomenon.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, we'll look this up. Now, last week I was absolutely fucking wrong about 3/4 of the things I said. But like, I don't know. That feels so American. Going to a place where you can watch a conception happen while you're eating your eggs. Like, it is a fucking amazing place.
Get to see some eggs fertilized while you're enjoying your Eggs Benedict.
Oh, for sure. It's like one of the few places left where you can smoke and cook somebody's food.
After this, he gets an email from Blue, and Blue tells him that he's been inspired by talking to him, and like he feels like he's brave enough now that he's going to actually come out to his family and let his parents know. We see them at the Waffle House. A waiter walks up to them. His name's Lyle. He's like a young, handsome guy. Kind of gives Simon a smile. Comments on the fact that he recognizes him, that they had class together. And Simon says, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. And he goes, Lyle goes, oh, you're pretty memorable. Like, kind of throwing out some vibes.
Yeah, a lot of straight kids in this school were very flirty.
Yeah,
with other men.
He's throwing out vibes.
Yeah. If a guy was saying this stuff to me in the way that he was smiling at him, I would think like, hey, this guy might be into me.
Yeah. They start talking, and Martin asks Abby about her family and like why she moved here. And she tells him a story about how her dad ended up being like a drunk, and he cheated on her mom, and you know, she used to think her dad was a superhero. Now she realizes he's just like a pathetic loser. And Martin says, you deserve a goddamn superhero, Abby. And he makes this big fucking scene where he's like, you have to say it. And she won't say it. And he gets up on the table and he starts saying like, this is Abby, such and such. And she deserves a superhero. And she stands up and like, he makes it work. Like,
this isn't a fucking Denny's. Look, I'm going to go back to this. Fucking Waffle House. And that's how you get a dirty steak knife thrown at you.
At this point, I was hoping a chair would just come flying across and just take Martin the fuck out.
Like, you do not know the fucking rules in this building.
This was like so off-putting, and I don't know why they made this a scene that actually worked, because Abby gets up and she says the thing, and then she starts like laughing and smiling like she was into it.
Oh, yeah.
She dug it. Simon decides to slip out at this point because he doesn't want to catch a stray from some angry Waffle House employee. Right. And he walks outside because he sees Lyle go outside, and Lyle's out there on his phone texting. And he walks out, and they make some small talk. He makes Lyle laugh a little bit, and he's like, all right, well, it's nice seeing you, and I'll catch you later. And Lyle goes back inside. As soon as he goes back inside, he gets an email on his phone. And he thinks, like, oh, Lyle was just messaging, like texting something.
Yeah.
And then he gets this. So now all of his dream sequences, I guess we'll call them, his imagination sequences, all have Lyle in them now.
Yes.
It used to be Bram, now it's Lyle. Lyle says that, you know, his parents are divorced, and he always spends Hanukkah with his dad, and it's always really awkward, so he's going to make it more awkward by coming out to him at Hanukkah. After this, we see the three of them driving home. They're dropping Martin off, and like Abby's like starting to come around on Martin at least. She like thinks he's funny. She's laughing at his jokes. Like there's playful banter.
Yeah.
Which I hated. I was like, no one should like this kid.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah. They drop Martin off, and then Simon is in the car alone with Abby, and he says, hey, you know, I didn't know all that stuff about your parents. I want to tell you something. I'm gay. And she's like, cool. And I really like this because he's like, are you not surprised? And she says, do you want me to be? And he's like, I don't know. And she's just like, I love you. He's like, I love you.
He's like, did you know? And she's like, no, but
yeah, but I'm not surprised. Like, it was just like, she just doesn't care.
She lives that good philosophy where she's like, I don't really care about what you do with your junk.
Yeah. Like she's like, you're my friend. I love you. That's all that matters.
Although she does look terrified for a brief second. When he's like, I have to tell you something. And you can tell that she's like, fuck, this guy's going to tell me he's in love with me.
Yeah. He gets home and he emails Blue and says that he came out to one of his friends, you know, like that Blue inspired him to do that. And he would like for them to reveal their identities to each other. He gets an email back from Blue. Blue told his dad everything was awkward, but it was okay. Like his dad accepted him and it wasn't like a bad situation. but he's not ready to like come out and tell Simon who he is yet. So they're at lunch the next day now, and like again, Martin is like just killing it with Abby. Like he's telling the worst possible jokes, and she's just cracking up and like loving it.
Did you catch the one joke he says?
The bluish one?
Yeah. Did
That's
you get
also
it?
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you guys at home, he says, "What do you call a person who's black and Jewish?" And he says, "Bluish,"
Which is a terrible joke.
it's a terrible joke.
Not
but-
even just on like the racism side. It's just a dumb joke.
Yeah, but it's foreshadowing.
Abby loses her shit.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing in a weird way. Simon and Nick are up getting their lunch trays, and again Nick is like, you know what? I think I'm ready to tell Abby. I have to tell her. And I don't know if you caught this. He's like, I know that she's been talking to that guy who's more experienced, but I've been at home and I've been practicing with my pocket.
Yeah.
And then Simon cuts him off. And I was like, what? Did they just, I had to like rewind it and be like, yeah, they made that. They pretty much made a fleshlight joke. And Simon tells Nick that Abby likes Martin, that she's into Martin now, and that it's not going to work out for them. So he lies again. But he also says, like, Leah likes you. Like, you should ask Leah out.
Yeah.
And he's like, really? He's like, yeah, like, she's really into you. Like, you guys would be good together. You should ask her out. So they leave school, and as he's walking out, Leah catches him, and she's like, Nick just asked me out. And he's like, that's great. And you can tell, like, she's into Simon, and she's a little disappointed that Nick asked her out.
See, I still wasn't getting it.
See, I got that. But she plays it off, and she's like, yeah, I mean, we'll go out for dinner, I guess. It's going to be a date. They're at the homecoming football game, and it's just Abby and Simon. And she's like, oh, man, look at that quarterback for their team. That is a hot man right there. And Simon's like, yeah, I guess. And she's like, that's terrible. Like, I need you to, like, embrace the gay. And I need us to be able to talk about boys together.
It's kind of a weird scene because you can tell like he's just kind of an average dude.
Yeah.
Like he's not ready to get out there and start talking about asses in public.
But Abby wants a gay bestie. Like she's pushing it. She's ready. They see Lyle at homecoming, the Waffle House waiter. And Abby walks off so they can have a minute together to talk. And they're chit-chatting a little bit. And then Lyle's like, I have a question I have to ask you. And he's like, okay, yeah, sure. What's up with Abby? Like, does she have a boyfriend? And he's like, fuck. Like, it's not Lyle. Lyle's into Abby. So we cross Lyle off the list. He's kind of dejected because he thought it was Lyle and it's not. And this mascot in this bear costume runs up to him and he's like, hey, I heard you're into bears. Rawr. And it takes the hat off and it's fucking Martin.
He's like, of course you'd be the mascot.
Yeah. He's just like, he's already dejected about Lyle. And Martin's like talking to him about like, what you should do with Abby. And he's like, hey man, just go big or go home, whatever.
Grand gesture, baby.
Yeah, go big or go home.
Do it.
And Martin's like, really? All right, thanks for the pep talk. And then he just runs off and he's like, big or go home. And he runs away. They're all up in the stands. Leah and Nick show up and they're like, oh, we went and had dumplings at this dumpling place. And Abby's upset because she's like, the dumpling place I told you about. And he's like, yeah, I figured, that'd be all right. You can tell she's upset that they went out. Like everybody's kind of awkward about the whole date thing, except Simon.
Still, hormones.
Simon's
the hormones, you can see them.
Yeah, Simon's just like, all right, this is working out for me. Because as long as Abby doesn't end up with anybody but Martin, we're fine. Now it's time for the national anthem. This girl gets up on this pedestal to sing the national anthem at this football game. And as she starts to sing, there's like a good 5-second shot. I thought this was hilarious. Of the bear mascot like running across the field, like towards her to fucking Kanye West her.
I wrote that down. He's fucking Kanyeing her.
He gets up. He takes the microphone and he's like, all right, I'm gonna let you finish. But first. And he gives this big flowery speech to Abby about how and he's got like the hours and minutes that they've spent together down to he's like 1,332 minutes and whatever.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah. He's like, Abby, I love you. And I want you to go out with me. And she's very sweet about it. She walks down like she doesn't. I was half expecting her to get up and flee horrified.
No. She lets him down in front of the crowd.
Yeah, but she gets up and walks right down to the edge of the bleachers and she's like, I don't like you like that. we can still be friends. And you can tell he's very hurt and dejected. And then off to the side, like his friend is releasing doves.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, not the doves. The doves. And the doves get released.
Public shit, man.
It's very,
You don't do the public shit unless you fucking absolutely 100% know.
Well, the thing with Martin is, like, in his mind, he knew. Like, that kid was so full of himself and, like, just out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, but, like, some women just not into that. Like, my wife once told me that if I ever wanted to announce that I was divorcing her, the only way to do it would be to tell somebody at a restaurant that it's her birthday and have everybody come out and sing.
Yeah.
She's like, I would fucking leave you at that moment. Like, some people just don't want the attention.
Yeah. We see Simon at home on the computer, and he's looking at the Creekside Secrets blog, and it's all Martin stuff. Like, it's videos, it's posts, like people making fun of him. Like, he's having a rough, which he deserves. He's a fucking asshole. He gets an email from Blue saying that he's going to the middle of nowhere with his dad for Christmas in a cabin out in the woods. There's a kid in the theater group who was like the piano accompanist, who they were all sitting around talking about their Christmas plans, and he mentions to him that he's going to the middle of nowhere for Christmas. So now it's this kid.
Yeah.
This kid's like probably like the least interesting out of the few that we see. Like, there's never really any build up to him.
Yeah, but he would have been the most obvious. Like, he just looked, I don't know, everything about him that they were kind of hinting at.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I think this might actually be him.
Yeah, he's also the nicest when you get down to it, which I'll talk about. So, but he gets the email and he says that he's going to the Christmas, and he sends him like a list of his like top 7 Christmas songs to listen to while he's in the middle of nowhere. He hallucinates this kid like in his house, like under the mistletoe. He gets up and kisses him. He gets a call from Leah, and she's like, you have to look at Creekside Secrets. And he goes on there, and Martin has leaked the emails. Simon has been outed. Like, in the worst possible way. He's like at his computer, his little sister walks in, and she's like, I saw it, I reported it, they're going to take it down. He's like, it's too late, everybody's going to know. He kind of gets like short with her, because he's just like...
Yeah, I mean, his shit just collapsed.
Yeah, and she starts crying, and she walks out. They show them at Christmas morning, and they're all opening their gifts. And Simon says to his parents, I got to tell you something. I'm gay. And they're both, like, they both handle it differently. Like, mom's very accepting right off the bat. And he says to them, like, I'm gay, but I'm still me. Like, I'm not, nothing's different. Like, I'm Simon. Dad kind of tries to, like, play it off. Like, oh, which one of your girlfriends turned you? The one with the big eyebrow? Like, he he makes a joke, but then he kind of, like, has, like, a little bit of a break in character. Like, he kind of starts to, like, get well up a little bit.
I felt this, man. This hurt.
Then he gets up and he leaves the room.
Yeah. And I won't say why I think it hurts, because they get into it later. But like, you could see that this man, Josh Duhamel, this man knows how to fucking act.
He was putting in some work.
Yeah.
The next day, he Googles how to dress like a gay guy, and he's like in the mirror, like trying on different outfits and stuff. Like, he's decided he's gonna like change it up now that people know. He's in the car and he goes to pick up all of his friends, and they're all in the corner, and he gets out of the car and they're all mad at him. He hasn't seen them because of Christmas break, and now Abby and Nick are together, and they're like, hey,
we were comparing notes.
yeah, like you'll notice we're together now. We went to this party and figured some things out. Like, why were you trying to set me with Martin, and why did you tell him like that I was interested in Martin and this other guy from college? And then Leah is upset because she's like, why would you set me up with Nick when you knew that like I loved you? And he was like, I didn't.
Blew my hair back.
It really?
Did not see this coming.
I knew it was coming.
I totally thought that she was going to say she's in love with Abby.
No.
And I did read about this later, is they actually do set this up. They leave hints in both directions.
In the book, yeah, this is based on a book.
Yeah, well, no, even in the movie, they leave hints in both directions, and it happened. You saw it in one way, I saw it another.
In the book, it's a little more, I guess, pronounced, and then there's a sequel to the book where they explore it even more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sequel to this movie? We'll have to put it on there.
There's not a sequel to the movie, there's just a sequel to the book.
I'm going to have to start reading.
Let's not go that far. But she's upset, like, why would you set her up to get her heart broken? She wasn't mad that, like, she was in love with him and he's gay. She's mad that he set her up with Nick, knowing that Nick liked Abby, and it was never going to work out. So, like, you're just setting them both up for heartbreak. You're getting them into a relationship that's not going to last. He goes to school. It's just totally awkward and, like, outsider, because everybody...
Friendplosion.
Yeah, no friends. He's all by himself. Go to lunch, and, like, the two dickhead guys that are always bullying Ethan, the other out gay guy at school, come out dressed like Ethan and Simon and get up on a table and start like doing some nasty stuff, like and like yelling at everybody, like making a big scene. And the fucking drama teacher, man.
These are like the guys that you'd go to parties with in high school that would want to wrestle each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the type of guys where I'd be like, I don't know, like if I need to wrestle you, man. Like
some repressed feelings I think you might be having.
Yeah. It's like they're probably straight, but they definitely want to pretend to kiss other men.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
And I wish I wrote down what the drama teacher says to these guys, but she comes down and just dresses them down.
Holy shit, I have one of the lines here.
Give me one of them, because it was all gold.
Well, first, I got to say one of the best lines in this is right before this, is he's walking in and one of his ex-girlfriends, Simon's ex-girlfriends, hops up and goes, "Did you only date me because I look like a man?" And without missing a beat, he's like, "No, I broke up with you because you didn't look like a man." And I fucking laughed out loud. I was like, that is the best line.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. And also, did you notice, I know you're a Walking Dead guy.
Yeah, she's the Whisperer's daughter.
She's one of 4 or 5 people in this movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I know she was the girl that played like the daughter of the leader of the Whisperers. Let's
see, the drama teacher... She says she steals their, they have a camcorder or a phone, and she yanks, they have a radio.
Yeah.
And she yanks it out of his hands. He goes, "My radio." She goes, "I'm selling this so I can go get my tubes tied."
Yeah.
Like, she's so disappointed in humanity.
Yeah. She's great, though. So Simon and Ethan have to see the principal, and they're sitting there together, and Simon's like, "I'm really sorry. Like, this is probably didn't happen whenever, there was just one out kid at school." And I'm like, you've seen them harass Ethan multiple fucking times and never stood up for the guy. Like, don't act like it's not a thing.
This is the point which I thought it would have been the fucking best if Ethan would have just been like, I'm straight, right? Like, it would have been so perfect.
But actually, I liked it because when he says this, Ethan goes, "You know what they say, 1 gay is a snooze, 2 is a hilarious hate crime." And he's like, things haven't been easy for me. Like, everything's really awkward at home with my family. Like, things aren't easy. Like, this isn't easy.
Yeah, Mom still pretends that I'm straight when it comes to Grandma. And
yeah. And then the principal brings them both in. They have the 2 bullies, and they make the bullies give like a half-assed apology. These guys never get their comeuppance. Like, it was really disappointing that this was like the end for these 2, and like they never really.
Tony Hale's a real tryhard. Like, he's really trying. Like, he's wearing a pin now.
Yeah, but he's
like
so dumb too because he's like. He says that Ethan and Simon are boyfriends, and they're like, "No, like, just because we're both gay in the same school, like, we're not dating. Like, you're an idiot."
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, yeah, don't put any labels on it."
Yeah. He's such a dumbass. Simon goes to leave school, and Martin tracks him down the parking lot, and he's trying to apologize. You can tell he feels guilty now. And Simon is like, "You took this away from me. Like, I get to say when I'm gay. Like, this should have been my time. Like, I get to pick the day when I come out, and you stole it from me." And this is the one F-bomb where he's like, "Get the fuck away from me."
I felt for Martin here. I really did. I don't know why.
Really? I did. I hated this kid the entire movie.
Like, you could tell he felt like, fuck, I messed I'm terrible. Like, this
he
dude
was
realized.
blackmailing this kid the whole time. It's horrible. He gets a letter from Blue, and Blue says he can't do this anymore because, he can't get found out, basically. Simon tries to email him back and says, "You can't leave me alone while everything's falling apart right now."
This kid's fucking life collapses.
Yeah, and he sends it, and the email gets blocked. Like, it says permanently undeliverable. And he breaks down, and he's, like, really crying. The next day, we see him pull up to, like, the coffee shop window and reach his hand out, and they like, give him 1 iced coffee instead of the usual 4 that they get, and it's, like, real sad.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Iced coffee for 1, please. He goes to school, like, the next day, and he sees the kid from theater that he thinks it might be. Then he walks up to him and he says, "Are you Blue? Are you him?" And he's like, "No, I'm not. I'm sorry." He's like, "I know you're going through a lot right now. Do you want to talk about it?" Like, he's nice. Like, he's actually like, wants to be a friend.
Yeah.
And Simon's just like, "No, not right now." This is like, then we get a few scenes that almost made me cry. He basically goes on like a tour talking to all the different people in his life. And at first he talks to his mom in the living room, and this almost had me. because she...
Yeah, this is the ramp into the sadness.
Yeah, she says... he asks her if she knew, and she says, I didn't know, but I knew you had a secret. She's like, when you were young, you were so carefree and just like such a shining light. And for the last year or so, like, it seems like you're just holding your breath all the time. And she's like, you told us on Christmas morning that you're still Simon. She's like, but you need to hear that. She's like, you are still Simon. And now you could exhale.
Yeah, it was heavy.
And be more you than you ever have been. Like, now everybody knows, like, be you. Like, be who you are. Then he sees Leah. I thought this was funny. Leah's walking down the street, walking a dog, and he just, like, runs up next to her. Like, same clothes he's always worn. He's got, like, jeans on. Like, probably hasn't
hoodie.
washed them in a few weeks, because he knows. And he's wearing, like, a jacket with, like, fur around the hood. And she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm, daily run, just running. She's like, you never run, and you're in jeans. And he's like, no, all right, you're right. I'm not running. I just want to talk to you. And he says that he didn't not tell her because he was afraid to come out to her, or like, and why he didn't do it because he's been blackmailed. He did it because he fell in love with Blue, like through the emails. And if it got leaked, it would have hurt him. He didn't care about himself. He did it for love, essentially. Leah forgives him, and she's like, tell me all about this guy that you're dating so I can forget all about hetero Simon. Like, because I'm, I need to get over this. So, like... She
says, I'm taking an axe to him right now.
Yeah, she's... then he has to talk with Dad.
This did make me tear up.
Yeah, I got teary. Did this, too. He goes to walk in the house, and Dad's out in the driveway cleaning up the Christmas lights, and he calls him over. And his dad asks him, like, how long have you known? He's probably about 4 years. And his dad starts crying, and he's like, I'm sorry. Like I shouldn't have missed it. Like, I made all those jokes. Like, I used to sell that stuff. Like, I didn't know, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, he gives him, like, I made this hard for you to come out to me speech. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, man.
And, like, and Dad's, he's like, I still love you, and I'm so proud of you.
There's a line that I write in my notes more often than a lot, which is, this shit is sad. Like, this one had one of those lines.
But then he tells, like, he still needs help with that video for the 20th anniversary. They're walking in the house. I fucking love this. And Dad goes, I was thinking that we can sign up for Grindr together. And he's like, do you even know what that is? He's like, yeah, it's like Facebook for gay people. And he's like, no, it's not. It's like, I don't think you know what Grindr is. And then we see that Simon writes a big blog post on the Creekside Secrets saying, that, yes, I'm gay, and, like, I'm happy to be out. Like, I am who I am. I'm going to be me now. And he talks about how he fell in love with Blue, and that Blue deserves a great love story, too. So after the musical, the play premiere, whatever you call that, the production night at the school, they're all going to go to the Winter Carnival afterwards, and he wants him to meet him at the Ferris wheel. Or goddamn Ferris wheel. And so then when...
You got a thing. I've realized.
There's Ferris wheels in all these movies. We see, like, the very end of Cabaret, like the big production with a full auditorium. They all do the whole thing. At this point...
I love Cool Teacher just gets up and leaves.
Yeah.
She's like, I quit.
Yeah,
what did she say? She was like, I was in the cast of Lion King. And she just, like, leaves.
So there's, like, a big lit sign above the stage that says Cabaret. And they're all doing the final performance. And Martin is on, like, this pedestal in the middle doing his big number. And the music stops and the whole crowd's applauding. And the T from Cabaret, like, falls and, like, swings down. It would have been so much better if that T would have just taken this fucking kid out. Like, I thought to myself, like, oh, he's going to die. This is what he deserves. He's not a good kid. I thought the T was going to take him out. It didn't happen, though. It just swung down and scared everybody. After the musical, Simon's in the back, like, getting ready to go to the carnival, and Abby and Nick, who haven't talked to him since, like, they got mad at him at the bus stop, and Leah all walk up to him, and they're like, do you want to go to the carnival with us? So all the friends are back together.
Everybody, the unimplosion happens.
Like, his big blog post saying what happened has, like, changed everybody's hearts and minds. He goes to the Ferris wheel and gives the carny, like, an obscene amount of tickets, and he's like, this should last for a while. And he gets on the carnival.
Gotta love a good carny.
Yeah, he gets on the Ferris wheel, and there's so many people, like, just watching and cheering because he's made it public what this is. And I thought to myself, you might be ruining your chances of, like, Blue even showing up, because if he doesn't want to come out to everybody in school and just you, you've got a fucking audience at this point.
Is this also, like, basically the end of Never Been Kissed? Doesn't she like go stand on the mound or something?
And that's the other one where there's a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, where the teacher thinks he's kissing a fucking teenager until he finds out she's an adult.
Good news is everybody in this grown-ass adults.
Yes. He goes around and around and like nobody shows up and he's all dejected and sad looking and that comes down to the bottom and the carny, not a heart in this man. It's just like, that's the last of your rides. Like I've been counting the spins. Like your tickets are done.
Fuck off my Ferris wheel.
And he opens it up and Martin comes running up. And this is like Martin's redemption. Where Martin runs up and he goes, Simon, I have to tell you something. I'm blue. And he's like, no, you're not. Like, why? He's like, yeah, I know, but like, this is just so awkward. And I'm like trying to help you out. And he's like, here, I'll tell you what. And he gives the carny another ticket. And he's like, the last ride's on me. And the carny goes to shut the door. And before he does, like, you hear a voice saying, mind if I sit there? And it's Bram.
Yeah.
The guy from the Halloween party, the guy with the Oreos, the first guy we thought it might be.
I was like, shit, I was right the whole time.
Yeah. And Bram sits down with him and he's like,
I love the first thing he says. He's like, so you're Jewish?
yeah, he's like, because I'm black, gay, and I'm Jewish. How about that? But that goes back to that bluish joke. And I was like, really hitting you over the head with it, you know. And he says, like, what about that night at the party? He goes, I was drunk and I was confused. Like, I kissed that girl and, like, it stopped pretty much as soon as you walked out. Like, didn't go any further. And they ride all the way to the top. And Bram says, are you disappointed it's me? And Simon looks at him and smiles and says, no. They kiss. Everybody in the crowd is like applauding and cheering everybody on. We get our last scene is him taking everybody to school again, like picking everybody up. And he picks up Leah, and then he picks up Abby and Nick, and they go get their 5 iced coffees now.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh boy, there's the coffee for somebody else. And then they pull up and they pick Bram up and they get in the car.
Introducing the very accepting mom, but then find out she's an anti-Semite.
And as they're driving to school, you know, Simon says, it's such a nice day out. I think I'm going to take us on an adventure instead. And the camera pans up as they're driving away, and like there's a big city in the background.
Yeah.
And it seems like maybe they're going to the city. I don't know. And roll credits. That's that movie. Grand gesture, CJ?
Yeah, I kind of like for a high school movie that these kids weren't all fucking nerds. I'm so tired of these high school movies where it's like, I'm a terrible nerd and everybody needs to like me because I'm an underdog or something. Like these kids were just kind of kids and they were cool. They had friends. They didn't have friends. They weren't like running the school or anything. I kind of dug that.
Normal, average, but like...
Yeah. Is this our first like gay movie? I know Bottoms, but I don't think that was really part of the plot of Bottoms.
It 100% was.
Was it? Like
they were lesbians trying to meet girls by creating a fight club, and they both fell in love with different girls. Yes, that was our first.
Okay, all right. So this is our second.
Yes.
Yeah. I just felt like it was more of the plot line.
Just because Marshawn Lynch was in Bottoms, CJ, does not make it any less gay.
Might make it more for me. Big fan.
Yeah, he's a good guy. That's what this movie needed. Marshawn Lynch is the drama teacher.
I'd watch any movie with him in it. Yeah. I really will.
He's enjoyable.
Let's see. That's my big one for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't much on this one that I thought, that I saw that I thought was like that interesting that I needed to share. I did like the guy that plays Bram, Keenan Lonsdale, was actually closeted when they filmed this. And the filming of it inspired him to come out like shortly after, like his experience making this movie.
Fucking A.
So good for him. Congratulations. Yeah. We're happy for you.
I wonder if it was like at the top of the Ferris wheel.
And I'm very
shooting
surprised.
That scene, and he's just like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, I kind of like this.
Yeah, I'm into this.
Yeah, that's mine. Chick flick to a dick flick. I'll go first because you were telling me before we went on air how excited you are about yours.
I like mine.
I don't want to build them up too much, but mine. So. Did you recognize the kid that played Simon?
No, but maybe I did read that he was in something else we've seen.
His name is Nick Robinson. He's not been in something that we've seen, but he was in Jurassic World.
Oh.
He's one of the 2 brothers, like Judy Greer's kids.
Oh, okay.
They go to the park and then they get trapped there, right?
Judy Greer, friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
Sooner or later.
Absolutely.
Once I get a hold of her.
Do you remember what Chris Pratt's the Velociraptor trainer, right?
Yeah.
Remember what the lead raptor's name was?
Blue.
Yeah. So in this movie, this kid is emailing back and forth with someone named Blue the entire time, falling in love with them. Blue finally is like, why don't you like come to my house and meet me? Like, let's meet finally. Let's reveal our identities. He goes to the house. He rings the doorbell. The door opens. It's a goddamn velociraptor. This kid's like, clever girl. Turns out it's a dude though. They still end up falling in love. Like it is a gay interspecies relationship at this point. It's a velociraptor and a young man.
Oh, this is like those weird books you see on Amazon, like Velocipaster, My Lover, or something. Yeah.
So after this happens, we just get like a scene of Simon riding on a velociraptor, like a horse, into the school, and they straight up murder like the two bullies, Martin, who deserves it like really bad, and it's just going like a tear, just fucking up all the awful people that have like bullied them and everything. And that's mine. Just, a velociraptor. A teenage boy love story that ends in a bunch of mutilations of people that deserve it and have it coming.
I could see this.
Yeah, that's mine.
I like it.
Thanks.
I wanted to go with the whole, what is it, Creekside Secrets?
Mm-hmm.
Is the website that they're using. That, like, they're all posting each other's secrets and stuff, and everybody, it's like this whole, like, gay romance thing going on.
Yeah.
But then every once in a while, like, somebody busts up and they're just like, the Boogeyman 69 420 or whatever comes up and like puts up a picture of somebody, and then that person doesn't show up to school the next day.
Oh,
yeah, like we got a murderer thing.
Yeah,
but like in those movies, like the Scream movies and stuff, the murderer's always doing it for attention.
Yeah,
they got like a point to prove or something, and in this movie, everybody's so excited about this gay romance that this guy can't get a word in edgewise. So people are getting murdered, but like finally he's just like, fuck these gay guys. Like, I'm trying to kill people here. Yeah. And they're like, whoa, bro. Like, you can't say that. And like, it is a comedy at this point. Like, he's trying to prove a point and murder people. And they're just like, hey, we got shit going on here we don't need to worry about.
Yeah.
We'd slow down. We'll get to the murders later.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nick Cage it now. I'll go first on this one.
Oh, okay.
Because you told me you had a good one of these, too.
Oh, I think I have my favorite one.
Even you, the spotlight. As I said before, Nick Robinson, who plays Simon, was in Jurassic World.
Yes.
Jurassic World also stars Vincent D'Onofrio.
The legend.
Yes. Vincent D'Onofrio is in a movie with Keanu Reeves and Cameron Diaz called Feeling Minnesota.
Never seen it.
Neither have I. I've heard of it, though. Which also stars Delroy Lindo. Delroy Lindo plays Detective Roland Castlebeck in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay.
Which also stars Nicolas Cage.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
I think this might be one of my favorite ones ever, but when he's emailing Blue, and Blue's like, how did you know? I want him to look up, and it's fucking Con Air poster in front of him. And there's Nicolas Cage, that glorious fucking hair. He's always got a fan in front of him, blowing that shit backwards. Yeah. And he's just like, well, I was watching this movie.
Put the bunny in my box any day.
Yeah, like that's more believable than Daniel Radcliffe, really.
No,
I mean,
like
he wore that dirty wife beater and everything.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
I like it. All right, let's rate it.
I'm going to go 3.5.
Okay.
Like, this is a good movie. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, I'm not going to buy into a movie just because, and sometimes I'm not going to feel it because it's not really made for me. But I think this movie was just made. Like, it was just a good movie.
Yeah.
And I dug it. I like the story. I liked all the fucking weird little red herrings they put in.
Yeah.
They were actually smart. Mm-hmm. This whole time we were talking about, like, I thought that she was going to come out of the closet. You thought she was in love with him.
Yeah.
And they kind of led you both ways.
Yeah.
Like, there was some cool, smart shit in this. I like the message of it. I like the fact that he came out and he thought that he was going to have to be something different. And he was just kind of like, okay, so I'm just me now, but people know that I'm gay.
Yeah. And I can be more me.
Yeah. Like, I can be more happy. I like, the dad's opinion, or like the way it all shook up with the dad, where he was basically like, fuck you. Like, he was mad at him, not for being gay, but for being gay and not letting him know, because he's making these terrible fucking jokes that's making him feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh shit, that's a very, like, relatable thing.
Absolutely.
I dug it.
All right. We're the same on this one, buddy. 3.5.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like this movie a lot. And when you said like it's not made for where like you're not going to rate it because, or you watch it and this isn't meant for you, it puts me in mind of Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I forgot about that.
I love that movie. It's not made for me. It's made for everybody. That's what I say. It's an everybody movie. It's a feel-good movie. It's got a great message. It makes you feel good. Like it's...
'Cause that's another one I wouldn't really call like a gay movie, but it's definitely a major plot line of the movie.
Yeah, it's just a feel-good, like you said, the great, really good message. Like I liked everybody's reactions. Like the only like real issues I have with this movie are Martin. I think he is probably one of the biggest movie villains I've ever seen. And he should have
really hate this kid.
Just to blackmail someone with their being gay and outing them just seems like one of the lowest things you could possibly do to another person. Like, to me, that is just like despicable behavior. And they try to give him that redemption at the end where he gives him the ticket for the Ferris wheel. Fuck that guy. Like, honestly, blackmail and like threatening to out someone, like, it should be in prison. Like,
yeah,
you should be reported to the authorities. Like, that is unacceptable.
Wow.
The other thing I didn't like was how his friends treated him after he got outed. And I get it, like, you would be upset, but as soon as he tells them that he's being blackmailed by this guy and what caused him to do it, I would be like, holy shit, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, you've really been living through some shit,
yeah,
man.
like, it sucks for us, but like, that seems way worse. Like, we can get through this. Not just like, we're never going to talk to you again. Like, your whole world just fucking imploded because some guy was blackmailing you. We're going to not be your friends anymore. I hated that. I didn't like that. But overall, it was funny. Like, really, I thought it was a very funny movie. I got
some good laughs out of this.
and all the characters were just like fun. Like, I enjoyed everybody. Everybody was pretty well fleshed out. Like, you get a lot of these movies with like a big cast, and there's people that are like off to the side, but like everybody really seemed to have like at least a little bit of an arc, a character. Like, there was a lot of moving parts that like fit together well. Nobody was really left out. Yeah, I dug it. 3.5.
Word.
I liked it. All right. I think it's time, CJ, to roll another one.
Let's get a straight movie. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to cut that.
Fucking 95% of them are straight movies.
177.
All right. Let's see. We got 97.
Wow. A classic, dare I say. Like old time classic.
Oh, no shit.
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Marilyn Monroe.
No shit.
That is what I know about. It's all I know about.
Get to see what all the hubbub's about.
That's right. Wow.
All right.
Yeah, that's in our
the Criterion collection of You've Got Mails.
That's in our old school section of the movie. So yeah, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
All right.
Well, folks,
at least it's a movie I've heard of before.
It is. CJ, I have a surprise for you. I have an idea that I haven't run past you yet, that I'm going to run past everyone right now.
You know, an episode that we literally have talked about nothing but coming out.
Oh, this is different.
To end with a surprise, I'm on the edge of my fucking seat.
This is different. So I always, this is the point of the podcast where I say, follow us, like us, subscribe to us on your social medias, wherever you get your podcasts at. I tell you to check us out on Facebook, check out all the sweet memes CJ's making. And I always say, hey, message us, email us, tell us where you're listening from. I really want to do something to kind of like spur on some engagement with the listeners, right? So this is my idea. You've got 2 weeks. So from the day this episode airs, 2 episodes after that, 2 weeks from that, if you email us or message us on Messenger between those 2 weeks, tell us what movie you want us to review. I will take whatever messages we get, be it 1, be it 5. We will make a condensed list of just those movies. And we will rule for that. That way you guys kind of get a say in what we're reviewing. So you kind of get to pick the movie in a roundabout way. We're only going to take 1 suggestion per person. And it has to be through the email, you've.gotmails@yahoo, or send us a message on the Facebook Messenger. I will not accept text messages, certified letters, and you cannot show up outside my apartment with a boombox.
And try to keep it an actual romance movie.
Well, yeah, it has to be
Look, we all fucking love Roadhouse.
Yeah, no, it has to be. I'm glad you said that. It has to be, quote unquote, a chick flick. You know,
Yes.
rom-com, romantic drama.
Not The Northman, not Roadhouse.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I would love to review Roadhouse, but we're not going to do that, folks.
Yes.
So anything you want within reason. If it's a chick flick and you dig it, let us know. And like I said, 2 episodes from now, when we roll, it'll be a condensed list of just the suggestions from you guys at home. And maybe your movie will get on the podcast. And if we pick yours, you're going to get a big shout out.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, I liked it too. It's a good idea.
Nice.
Thank you. Every once in a while I have a good idea. But until next time, when we review Gentlemen Prefer Blondes from the list, please stay romantic. Don't be shitty to each other.
You want to go watch Roadhouse?
Yes.
Yes.
Roadhouse.